Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing a layout that I designed for Coco Vanilla Studio, and it's entitled Life is Good, and I am using the Daydream Collection. This is an older collection I've had in my stash, perfectly preserved because I take care of my CVS. I take care of all my collections, but there's a special place in my room for my CVS paper products. And all my collections are bagged together and none of the accessories are put anywhere else. It's all together. Anyway, so this is the Daydream collection, and I didn't have any parameters that I needed to work within this week, which was fun. And so I just let my creativity flow. And from the get-go, I wanted to use that wood grain paper, but I changed my mind. Surprise, surprise. I feel that at this point, as much as I love the wood grain, it looks really dark, and here I am playing with other pieces of the pattern paper, and I decided to go with this raindrop paper. And this raindrop paper, the flip side of it is a yellow sheet of paper that I have there. You could see in the matting, but it's called Sun Shower, and it's super, super pretty. And here I am playing with my ATG gun. She wasn't working. I didn't know what to do. I took off the tape and I rewound it for the gazillionth time and I couldn't make it work. And then as I was rolling it, it decided to work. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to keep chugging along, and when she stops working, then she stops working. But right now she's pulling through, guys. And so I took some of the other papers from the collection. The blue there is called Up in the Clouds, and a piece of white cardstock as well to break it up. The yellow, I mentioned it was called Sun Shower. And so I decided that I wanted a vertical stripe to flow along my page. That rainbow sheet of paper there is just so, so pretty. And so it had to make an appearance. I also take the A5 paper stack here, and I'm using those papers to mat my photograph. The photograph that I'm using is a photo of my husband and I from last summer, so 2021. And I think we were just out driving around with the girls, and I think this particular day, if my memory serves me correctly, we had gone to like a waterfall. So we live up north, not up north, but we live a little further north than the city of Toronto. And so we're really lucky and really blessed that we live in the wilderness or close to the wilderness. I always say that, that's our backyard. And so every once in a while we hop in the truck and we just kind of drive. And on this particular day, we went to a waterfall, which was about an hour and a half from our house. And so I think this was at the rest area or at the Starbucks that was along the way. There I'm going through what are they called? The die cut titles. You saw me there. And I decided to go with Life is Good because, life is good. I'm sorry, pardon my French, but life is good. Thankfully my family and I don't have anything to really complain about, and everybody's happy and healthy and fed and housed and clothed, and so I'm counting my blessings. I know things could be completely different. That frame there is from the die cut ephemera, and so I decide that I'm going to use it to layer on top of my photograph. I know it's not the correct size, but it's kind of like a play on a Polaroid. But I want it popped up there with dimensional foam, and I also have dimensional foam on the back of my photograph of all my layers. I'm just using my hot glue gun to secure everything down, and you can see that that Polaroid, that wood grain Polaroid frame, really just does frame out my husband and I. Like, our photograph is still there in the background, and you could still see like our arms and our shoulders, but it just kind of showcases us. And so I had a couple packs of the ephemera. One was very lovingly used, and so there was only bits and pieces left, and I also had a backup spare that was nice and fresh with no pieces taken out of it. And so I really got to play and figure out what I wanted to use. And so the Life is Good title is something that needs to go on the page, because for the most part, every layout has a title. But I don't know where I'm going to put it at this point. But I do know that I want to adorn the edge there of the border where the background paper meets the layers with florals. And so I go through the die cut ephemera, and I pick out all the florals that really tickle my fancy, and I cut some of them down and I half them, and I just tuck them behind that layer, and I just add a really nice collection of florals there. I'm not being too particular about it. I really am just going with the flow and seeing what I like, and just adding bits and pieces where I feel it needs a bit and piece. I also use my tab punch to punch out a couple tabs. I know this collection has tabs, but I had those scrap pieces of paper and I felt like I needed to use them, so I just made tabs out of them. This is where I decide that my title is going to be on the side there. So I just gently trim it up and very cautiously trim it up, just a teeny tiny little bit. No one's going to see those bits anyways. And so it's a little, I don't want to say squash because it's not squashed, but it's in there. And I think you can read what my title is. And so I liked the placement of it. I felt like it really broke up my layout without having like the title to be too predominant. Like it's in there. You know that that's my title. It's just not bam in your face. And so I just keep going along with the florals and just adding bits and pieces where I feel like it needs some greenery as well. And this is what I love about CVS collections. There's always florals, but to go along with the florals are the foliage, and that's very important. Coming from a former florist, you need the foliage. Flowers are fantastic, but if you don't have the greenery that goes with it, you just don't have enough. I don't know. That's just me. Now I'm going to take some metallic, well, it's gold thread. It is on the metallic side, but would gold be gold if it wasn't metallic? So I try not to say the word metallic because otherwise it'd just be like mustard color or yellow, right? So I add the thread in a couple different places. That top right hand corner I felt needed it. I know it's a busy corner, but it needed it. Then I'm going through the ephemera as well. Now this collection pack had like where I had to punch out the ephemera myself. I love that rainbow. I didn't think I would use it, but as I was dismantling the sheets there, I was like, well, I need to use this. Why wouldn't I use it? All the butterflies, you know me and the butterflies, use all the butterflies all the time. Every time they're in a collection, I must use them. I'm just going to go now and just add some bits and pieces. I guess this is the embellishment of my layout. I know that I'm going to add some more thread, but I'm also going to add, eventually, I guess I'll get there, I'm skipping ahead, is a flare button. And so I make a nest for that. You'll see that in a minute. I'm just adding some extra florals here. Some of the hearts in the collection, so cute. They're perfect. And these butterflies were different. They're more, I want to say like moth style butterflies to me, in my opinion. And I just chose ones that I felt went nicely with the flowers that they were going to perch themselves on. This is the accessory stickers, and I just took some of the phrases from here to give me like subtitles. Subtitles? So it says live your best life and our happy place. So my happy place with my husband, you know. So here I am making the nest here for, why do I call it a nest? I guess it is a nest, but it's for the flare button, and I choose the one that says you are my sunshine, I believe. And here goes another butterfly. He just gets tucked in behind. You can't really tell what he is in the grand scheme of things, but that's where he goes. Then another of those tiny type letters that says together, because duh, we were together. I'm too sarcastic today. I'm too much today. Then I'm using the sequins and florals that come with this collection as well. So I'm not using the floral part of it, but I am using the sequins. So I took the gold leaves that are part of this collection. I just tucked them behind some of the florals that I have there. I also used some of the sequins that I thought were so cute and I couldn't pass up. I just wasn't very particular about things. I just kind of made them happen. or just put the things down haphazardly, but very cautiously placed, you know. And finally, finishing off with some Heidi Swapp Color Shine in the gold. This is the layout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel again. As always, I know, you know, I don't need to say this or repeat myself every single time, but the links to the CVS, all of it, the shop, the blog, the Facebook page, all of it will be in the description box below. I hope you will check out the links, head over to the shop, the blog, read on what I did. And thank you for watching the video. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.